I just finished a great songwriting video. So if you're interested in writing at a professional level, then I suggest you find your notebook or your laptop or your iPad or whatever you use to take notes, your favorite coffee or tea, sit down, watch the video. It's full of great landscape background from the lake in the fall in Kentucky. And it's got some of the best notes you'll ever get about songwriting. And if you're interested in how to use ChatGPT, then I've added in notes on how to make the prompts. So please sit down, watch the video through. I think you'll learn a lot about writing, especially when it comes to professional songwriting. I've chosen the lake to talk about songwriting. I mean, is there a better place, a more quiet, peaceful place? So we're going to use this lake as our canvas, just like we use a lyric for the song we're writing. A song has to have music, of course, and all the other additives, but it's got to have a message. And so today we're going to talk about songwriting and how to write that song to make it professional and usable. And looking over this lake, there's trees, fall leaves, geese, ducks, boats, fishermen, all this works together to create the atmosphere of this lake. And we will talk about many things that will work together to create the best song that you've ever written. So we're going to talk about how to write the best song that we can write, one worthy of being sung. It will be a song written for others as much as it is written for ourselves. Have you ever noticed that standing at the edge of a lake, others might be nearby, but you feel apart, a time with just you and God, and of course His creation? Well, songs are the same. We want to write a song for our own enjoyment, but really, when I'm talking about songwriting, if you're looking at this video, it's probably to write a commercial type song or something that can be used by others. And so we want to use this canvas of a lake to design this song. To create such a song, we have to look at the important elements. Without the surroundings, the lake would just be water, wouldn't it? As I go through each element of the craft, I will give you the prompt for ChatGPT on how to input the instructions I'm giving you so that ChatGPT can help you write the song. Literally everything in a song is designed to carry out its message. So if you have a weak message, you're laying great demand on the singer, the melody of the song, the musicians to carry it. So if you have great lyrics and a great message, then you may find it's noteworthy without a lot of embellishments on the music side. Those can always help it to be a greater song, but it always starts with a message. So how do we write a great song? Like I said, it all starts with a canvas. And for us, it's the lake. I was sitting here noticing the ripples that are constantly bringing motion to the lake. Even standing on a dock, one could feel a little unstable because of the motion. Yet, as I watch the ripples, they extend out far and wide. If I were to take a stone and throw it into the lake, it would cause some ripples and it would just sink to the bottom. But if I could skip that rock across the lake, just imagine it would bounce in such a mesmerizing way, and as it hits the water, it would cause more and more ripples that would spread more and more and cause designs in the water crossing over one another. This is our song. It's complex, but yet in so many ways, it's simple. I'm a Christian songwriter, and so I write songs focused on God and have to check and make sure they're theologically correct and all these things put out on the market. But in the end, every song, no matter what type of song it is unique. Even though it has the same canvas, just like the lake, there's always something unique about it. Every lake has its setting, but it's always water. So behind every great song, which is the canvas, there is a lake. The lake is still the central part. And as we develop the song, we add all the other embellishments. So we're going to prompt ChatGPT to tell what type of song we're going to write. Tell it not to write the song yet, but let it know the genre or specific type song you want to write. For example, in my case, I'll tell it to write a worship song that's from a personal point of view. Have you ever watched a duck get ready to take off on flight, lifting its wings and flapping for the first time? Well, that's how we start a song, with a song idea. Just one phrase or a few words to initiate the song, to get it started, to take flight. Just try to get that idea into a few phrases, a few words, a thought, something written down to get started. Write down whatever you have in your head and make it into a few phrases, a thought, a sentence, even just anything to get started. You might get the idea by hearing a song and a phrase in a song, or reading a book and catching something the writer said, or just a thought that comes to you when you're out and about, maybe driving in your car. Whatever it is, write it down so that you can work on it. You'll be able to visit that idea later when you sit down to write the song. So we want to tell ChatGPT uh, that we need a song idea. We'll give it whatever information we have and tell it that we want this song idea put into a summary of maybe 3 or 4 sentences. If you don't have an idea, you can tell it to come up with an idea and give you 4 options, and you can choose from one of those or adapt. Just make sure you prompt it on the song idea and get it summarized. So a song idea starts with just a thought. Just imagine a duck getting ready to take off out of the water. That first flap is our song idea, the first thoughts that come to mind about the song. And then as ducks fly, you see they fly in formation. Well, that simple formation is really important for us, because with that simple formation, we can actually uh, focus on what the song really is about, what it's all going to be about, and what's most important to that song. With a simple formation, we can design a song with a clear message. And that is what's really important, is that the person listening understands what this song is about. Now that you have your thought or idea, you've got to take that and narrow it down. It's called the hook. There can be 1,000 fish in a lake. So how do you catch the right one? Takes the right hook. In fact, we first remember the hook of a song, and it's usually the title. And it makes it easier for us to look up the song later when we don't remember exactly what all it says. We might remember the hook. So we want to make sure that we lure everyone in. Now we've got to make it into a simple phrase, a few words, encapsulate the whole message in what we call the hook. It needs to be memorable. What we need to do in the hook is keep in mind that we want to use some kind of rhyme. So we don't have to use exact rhymes at the end of words, but an alliteration, which is the rhyming of the beginning of words, or assonance, which is the rhyming of the vowels within the words. If we will try to rhyme vowels, or we will try to rhyme the beginnings of the words, these will all make it more memorable. Now, it's not to say you couldn't use just any phrase, especially if it's a powerful phrase or a familiar phrase. But let's just say, generally speaking, think in terms of alliteration and assonance. So if we do this right, we're going to have a hook that will lure in our audience. This may take a little while, but you have to focus on these first thoughts and idea development, because when you narrow down that idea to just a few words or phrase or title, it becomes the hook. And a hook is what's really important for people to remember your song. Now we want to take that song idea, tell ChatGPT to move that song idea into a hook or title for the song. We want to do this by telling it needs to be short, it needs to be an alliteration, and it needs to have assonance. And ask it for 4 or 5 options for a title. You may use one of those titles, or change one, adapt it, or just ask it to give you other options, or you may come up with one on your own after looking at some of its ideas. And we want our chorus to have that hook, maybe repeated a couple of times, focused on that hook. So remember to tell ChatGPT to focus on the hook of the song for the chorus. We're luring people into our song, so the hook is very important. The hook is the lure that will bring people back to the song. It's like your mini advertisement for the song, especially if the title and the hook are the same. The trees clearly separate the lake from the land and from the water. So as we look at the trees across this lake, you can see that even the branches add to the background of the lake. It's similar to a great song. We're going to know the difference between the trees in the background, the land, and the lake. So we're going to separate clearly our verses, our chorus, our bridge. We want to tell ChatGPT about our song structure. We want to tell it to keep the lines short, no more than 10 syllables long. We want a couple of verses, a chorus, a bridge, and this will help give directions to simplify the song and make it more radio usable, because you will want to target that less than 4 minutes, probably around 3 minutes for the song. So keeping the lines down and only having a couple of verses will all help to simplify your song. And this also gives room for the production team to do what they want to embellish the song. I see a lone boat out there. It's a sailboat, and it's by itself in all that water. And it keeps my attention, and that's what we want to do on a song. We want the chorus and specifically its hook to keep us focused, very focused on the one thing that's important, the one small message, the hook. And over this way, there's a small bridge. And just as the boat keeps us focused and we keep revisiting the hook, that lure that brings us into a focal point, we may also want to have a bridge to the song. Now, the bridge leads us across to something a little different. So in most songs, it will lead us back to the chorus, but it should give us some revelation, some fresh insight, and usually it's going to be melodically different, so that it's kind of as if you're a story writer, it's that third part, that kind of the arc of the character, or the point where everything kind of comes together right before you get to the end. All the action in a movie right before it settles down. That's the bridge. Writing a great song takes work. So if you stay within this design of the lake and keep things in check, you know, verses, chorus, bridge, lines shorter, those kind of things, this all will help adapt it for an artist and give them space to work, because they may want to make minor changes for themselves. Keeping the lines simple, a few verses, chorus, bridge, that's what we're looking for. So in a song, you want to build the story with symmetry among verses and contrast between sections, like the verses, the bridge, and the chorus. Keeping it simple, elegant, and poetic. That's where we need to be. Remember, we want to stay focused on professional embellishments. At least that's what I call them. So let's make sure ChatGPT knows what we're looking for. We want to instruct it to use imagery more than concept, to use symmetry among verses, and contrast between sections of the song. We also want to make it simple, elegant, and poetic. Those are some of the seemingly small things, not always easy to do, but they will develop a song that will be some of the best writing you've ever done. The poetic part will keep the rhythm of the song. The elegance will keep it modified, simple, well placed, clean. You'll be amazed. So when you look out on the lake, you may see someone paddling to correct their course or using a sail to go in the right direction. That's what review and revision is all about. We need to do the same for our song. It's your opportunity to correct the course. So don't be afraid to change anything or everything. Now it's time to tell ChatGPT to write the song. And you have the right to change anything you want, do any final edits. You're the writer, it's the co-writer, the helper. So make sure you've got everything right and just work on it until you get the song like you like it. If you don't give it good instructions and you just tell ChatGPT to write a song, then it's going to write a song not worthy of a seasoned writer. And after all the writing, we add the music, the melody. If you haven't already thought of one as you were writing, sometimes that will come as you develop a hook. But a melodic hook is important. The song is yours. Make any changes you need to make. Develop it the way you want to. Stay within the guardrails of what I'm sharing with you about the best songwriting. And you may be surprised how great the song ends up. You want to always have a great song idea. You may want to consider having the song only 3 or 4 minutes long. You want to embellish it with the things that I've been teaching. The symmetry, the contrast. But remember, you want to use imagery more than concept. Make it visual. Make them feel it, see it, hear it. Make it part of them, their experience. After all, you are the director, the lead writer, and the one who will ultimately be responsible for a great song. And we've come to the end of the video. It's time to bring closure to your song. So if you haven't been working it through as you watch a video in segments or however you've gone about it, I'm hoping you're going to have the greatest song ever. Morning breaks, I'm in a rush. Coffee spills, I won't hush. Longing for a sacred space, lost in life's relentless race. Through the silent struggle, you I seek, your quiet voice speaks to me. Through the silent struggle, Lord help me find just a moment's peace in you, the divine. Oh. Falls, everyone's asleep. Promised prayers I vow to keep, and yet my eyes too tired to see the hope
through the silent struggle.